Pashas Vaetchannah, Tafshin Pei Dalet. Giving that cheer from the place of birth of the Rabbanel, Yagen Aleinu. I'm going to reveal a side that I'm pretty positive that it's going to change your life. Your whole life will be different. You look at things totally differently. You will behave differently. And this will enable you to awaken your das in a way that you have never thought it would be possible. I'm going to start talking tonight here about Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuso Le'olam Va'ed, what we say after saying Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. And B'ez Hashem for Shabbos, I'm going to send you the Shema Yisrael. But the side in this Baruch Shem Kevod, it's mind-boggling. The Geula of Bnei Yisrael is in that pasuk. In that pasuk. We don't have to wait. We don't have to drag on. We don't have to do anything. It's in there. When we want it, we can have it. Said the Mashiach to Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi. He told him, when is Mar coming? When are you coming to free the Bnei Israel? He says, Hayoim. Was very frustrated the next day when he met Eliyahu Hanavi, Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi, because he didn't see the Mashiach. He says, he lied to me. He says, he didn't lie to you. Hayoim im bekoiloi sishmo. It's today if we mekayim one thing. If we know what to be mekayim on the side of Baruch Shem Kevod, obviously the person is going to have a Geula himself when he uses he says it the correct way, but we can have a Geula Shlema by knowing what we're doing with this side. Let's go into, there's not much in the Psukim today, so it's going to be very easy. Basically, you see, I only wrote the first pasuk of the Parsha, Vaetchannah el Hashem. And why? Because you can see it starts with Tefillah, but what's the connection to having Shema Yisrael, the Parsha of Shema Yisrael in here? Though we realize the Komana HaKadosh says all the mitzvahs of the Torah are attached to that pasuk. The foundation of all the mitzvahs is here. We got to see something in the Zohar so mind-boggling, that it's going to change your whole perspective of what the values and the hierarchy you had in Am Yisrael and everything. It's going to change you. This year will change a lot. I'm not going back to this anymore. However, we don't have the pasuk that Yaakov Avinu said, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuso Le'olam Va'ed, in here. We have Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad ve'ahavta es Hashem Elokecha. These two, this pasuk Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad will be sent to you, B'ez Hashem, like every Shabbos, to have, and you're going to have also an explanation on this pasuk on ve'ahavta, why it doesn't talk about Yira. One, the pasuk in Devarim says, "Ve'ato Yisrael, ma'ashem Elokecha shoel me'imach." What is HaKadosh Baruch Hu asking from you? First thing he says, "Ki'im le'yira." First is Yira, then is Ahava. But in Krias Shema, we go directly to Ahava. What is there? A shortcut in here? That we don't have to go through Yira, we can go through Ahava directly? And this Bechol Levavecha, Bechol Nafshecha, Bechol Me'oidecha, I will explain it there, and you will see. But right now, I want to focus on the side that Yaakov Avinu passed on by saying Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuso Le'olam Va'ed. And what if the side of the Geula is there? Moshe Rabbeinu Vaetchannah el Hashem, that wanted to save the Bnei Israel from going into Galus, he should have said it. We saw last week the whole entire purpose of Moshe Rabbeinu was to attach us to the Keser, to the Bina, so no nation can overtake us and kick us out of our land and send us into Galus. So say Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus Elohim Boed. Already Yaakov Avinu revealed the Seed, so go teach it to the Bnei Israel. No, you're going to say the Parsha of Shema, but you're not going to say the Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus Elohim Boed. Why don't you say it? The Gemara says in Pesachim, the origin, the Gemara retraces the origin of in Unvav Amud Aleph, that Resh Lakish says, Vayikra Yaakov el Banav, Yaakov called his children, Vayomer, he told them, Hey Asfu, gather up, ve'agid alachem, and I will tell you, Asher Yihye be'achris hayamim. I will tell you how the Geula at the end of time will happen. He wanted to reveal them the Geula. That's what Resh Lakish learns. Bikesh Yaakov lebana besaketz. He wanted to tell them when is the ketz, when is the end, and how it will happen. The Shechina left him. So Yaakov panics, says, maybe there's one puzzle in my children. Because from Avram, he had Ishmael, Yitzchak had Esav, maybe me also I have a puzzle, Chas v'shalom. So they all said, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Eloikeinu, Hashem Echad. And he said, meaning that the same way that in your heart, there is only one God, in our heart also, there's only HaKadosh Baruch Hu, there's only one God. At this moment, Yaakov Avinu said, Baruch Shem Conveyed Malchusoi le'olam boed. That's the origin of it. What did he mean by this? The Gemara doesn't explain, but the Gemara says, what should we do? Yaakov said it. Moshe Rabbeinu didn't say it. So should we say it or not say it? So they decided to say it belachash. The explanation of this Gemara, bepashtus, means that we have to say it quietly, which we do, lehalacha. But you will see the side in these few words of Chazal. They are mind-boggling. So in the Torah itself, so we have the upper Yichud, we have the lower Yichud. Shema Yisrael Hashem Eloikeinu Hashem Echad is the Yichud of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and the Shechina up there in the Olamais. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuso le'olam boed is the Yichud of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and the Shechina in the lower Olamais. In the Torah, we don't talk about the lower Olamais, we only talk about the Yichud of the upper Olamais. Though Yaakov Avinu taught us the Yichud of the lower Olamais, and since he has said it, nothing has changed. When we start this pasuk Shema Yisrael, what are we saying? Who are we talking to here? Are we talking to ourselves? Hey, Shema Yisrael. So we're talking to the other Jews? Well, we should talk to ourselves. Me, I should hear and I should understand, because Shema, Shmiya, Yediya, I should understand that's only HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem Echad. So who do we refer to? Why do we start the biggest pasuk, as the commander said, that all the mitzvahs attached to? Why do we start with this lashon Shema Yisrael? What the fact that Hashem Eloikeinu, Hashem Echad, Ushmo Echad, I understand all these Yechudim, but Shema Yisrael, I don't understand. Why is it part of the biggest Yechud? The Zohar HaKadosh in Parshas Vayechi says, it's going to give another explanation, another story on what happened when Yaakov called his children. When he called his children to gather up, to bless them before he departs this world, the Shechina left him. Why? As the Gemara says, he wanted to reveal them, the end of time. The Zohar says, when Yaakov called his children, Abraham and Yitzchak came also. And the Shekhinah came and was very happy that Yaakov was departing this world, because now she will have him as a Merkava. He will be part of the Kisa conveyed. Kisa conveyed is the Shekhinah where HaKadosh Baruch Hu Kaviyachal sits. And the Yaakov is Chakuk is engraved in the Kisa conveyed. So the Shekhinah was very, very happy, because she wanted him, the Abbas HaKadoshim were not complete without Yaakov Avinu, and wanted to attach him. When the children, the Shvatim, saw that the Shekhinah left Yaakov, they wanted to bring her back. So what did they do? They said, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. They did the Yichud, and the Shekhinah came back. And Yaakov answered, Baruch Hashem conveyed Malchuso Le'olam Va'ed, in order to be mesaken the Shekhinah and to hold it in place. I repeat these words, which are extremely important. Yaakov Avinu said, Baruch Shem Kvoid Malchuso Le'olam Va'ed, which the Gemara didn't reveal why he said that, in order to be mesaken the Shekhinah, that they shouldn't leave anymore because of anything, and block it in its place. Very good. So now we have here a different story. Yaakov called, it was not, because the Gemara is very hard. How can you be choshed ksherim? How can you think? You're learning with every day you go to the yeshiva that Yehuda opened up, and you're learning with your children, and you see the old Kedoshei Elyo in the Shvatim. How can you be choshed b'ksherim, Yaakov Avinu? How can the Gemara, how can Rish Lakish said that Yaakov thought he had a psul in one of his children? How can you think like this about Shiftei God? It's impossible. They're the 12 that carry the whole Merkava. We call them the 12 Bakar, the 12 oxes. They're the one in charge of carrying the Merkava forever. How is it possible that Yaakov Avinu, Tzadik Adoyer, Tzadik Yisoid Oilam, he was able to elevate himself to the Tiferes? How can he be choshed one of his children? What? Because the Shekhinah left him? The Shekhinah didn't leave him when he was sad about Yosef? Couldn't he understand that the Shekhinah was not agreeing with him to reveal the end? He had to go right away, drastically, to say that it's because one of his children is not proper. That doesn't sit well. However, according to the Zohar, it sits very well, because the Shvatim are very close to the Shekhinah. They're the one carrying the Merkava. When they saw the Shekhinah disagreeing with their father and leaving him, right away they brought her back with Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. In other words, the Zohar reveals that whenever you need the Shekhinah to your side, say the Shema Yisrael. That's the key to bringing the Shekhinah. Baruch Shem Kvoid Malchus Elolam Va'ed is the key to lock the Shekhinah down in its place, that it shouldn't go back. The Sifri says, tremendous Sifri. Shem Bar Yochai wrote the Sifri. He says that what Yaakov said, now another explanation why, what is the meaning of Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus Olam Va'ed? Kodesh Baruch Hu said to Yaakov Avinu, you wanted all your life, you wanted that Bnei Israel should say Krias Shema morning and evening, because you know the importance. All your life you wanted that. because you said Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus Olam Boed, now it's going to be a halacha that Bnei Israel are going to say twice a day, morning and evening, they're going to say Krias Shema. In other words, the very reason why we have the mitzvah of Krias Shema twice a day is because of Yaakov Avinu. Because he said, Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus Olam Boed. In other words, he showed the importance he attached to the Yichud of the Shechina and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and therefore, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave him the mitzvah that his children are also going to do it, the Yichud. Comes out from the Sifri. Shema Yisrael is, we're talking to Yaakov Avinu. Every day we said, Yaakov Avinu, till today, look, we still say the same thing. Shema Yisrael, Shema Yaakov Avinu, Hashem Eloikeinu, Hashem Echad, like the Shvatim said before you. The same thing the Zohar says about, we say right before every day in davening before Az Yashir, Vayar Yisrael es Hayad HaGedola. Yisrael saw the upper hand. Kadosh Baruch Hu, the Zohar says, who is Vayar Yisrael? Yisrael, Yaakov Avinu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu took Yaakov Avinu, showed him from Shemaim, sit down, my dear Yaakov Avinu, and look what I'm doing to the Mitzrim. I told you I will punish them, and I told you I wanted you to see the punishment. Now look what I'm doing to them. And he was there by Krias Yamsuf, Yaakov Avinu. So when we say Shema Yisrael also, that's what the Sifri said. When we say Shema Yisrael, we're talking to Yaakov Avinu. So now we understand the words. Why? Because we got the mitzvah of Krias Shema through Yaakov Avinu, because he said the Yichud Tachton Baruch Shem Kavod. Targum Yonasan, we're gonna be hit by the biggest Tanoim, different ways in explaining this Baruch Shem Kavod, and I'm bringing quite a few of them, not in order to try to lose you, Chas v'Shalom, or bring too many opinions. You're gonna see how, despite the first look being a controversy between them, what's the pshat of Baruch Shem? You're gonna see how everything is one and everything is attached. So let's take the pshat in the Targum Yonasan, the biggest Talmud of Hillel HaZaken. He tells us a little story in Devarim here on the pasuk Shema Yisrael. When came the time of Yaakov to leave this world, he started fearing maybe one of his children, so he doesn't bring the thing of the Shechina at all. It's Yaakov who had anxiety. That's the way he puts it. That one of his children was not proper. So he called them and he asked them, maybe in your heart, in your actions on the outside, you seem proper, but maybe in your heart of hearts, you have some kind of disagreement with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Maybe you're not 100% convinced of everything. Right away, they said, Shema Yisrael Avinu. You see the lotion of the Tana HaKadosh, Yonasan ben Uziel. Shema Yisrael, like the Sifri did, there's that Shema Yisrael goes back on Yaakov. So he says, they said Shema Yisrael Avinu. When we're going to move on our learning, you will understand why they use that name Yisrael versus Yaakov, but now it's too early to explain you that. So Hashem Eloikeinu, Hashem Echad. And Yaakov Avinu answered, Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus Oilmei Oilami. It changes a little bit, but that also there's a side of Oilmei Oilami, but not for now. if we go analytically after the words he just said, you can bang your head on the wall, because there are so many improper thoughts in all this. And halakha-wise, it's totally improper to start doubting a person that you shouldn't doubt out of no reason. I understand Yaakov Avinu didn't doubt in the back. At least he called them and he asked them, but maybe you have a Shema. How can you go with the Shema according after someone? It's impossible, because you have a suffix. You want to go after someone with a suffix? Chas v'shalom to go after a Jew because you have a suffix. But at least he asked them in their face. The Yerushalmi explains exactly like the Targum Yonasan, but he added something even more terrible. He said, maybe in hidings you serve the Avodah Zarah of Terach, the father of Abraham. Or maybe you're serving the God of your uncle Lava. Hold it. You have no basis on this. Nothing, zero. Why do you jump the gun? That Chas v'Shalom, the shifted car, they're gonna that they're not 100%, they do 99.9, there's a 0.1%. Maybe you can ask them this. Maybe you're not doing the mitzvahs properly. But to be choished that the kofer b'kol in everything, fully kofer, that's unheard of. What right does Yaakov have to be choished ksherim like this? A choished b'ksherim loike begufoi. You think Yaakov Avinu didn't know that? You think he would really endanger himself by being choished his children? Impossible. The Sifri goes on. On the pasuk in the Parsha of Tzitzis, it says, "Vayomer," that we learn Ba'aloischa and the Ba'aloischa. Vayomer Hashem al Moshe daber b'nei Yisrael. His medagdek, he points out the Sifri that it doesn't say go talk to the children of Abraham, the children of Yitzchak, or the children of Yaakov. That it doesn't say. Daber el b'nei Yisrael. Who is b'nei Yisrael? The children of Yisrael, which is the second name of Yaakov Avinu. Meaning, even the third paragraph of Krias Shema, which precedes the Shema Yisrael, was already b'schus of Yaakov Avinu. Be'ez Hashem will have, I'm going to touch here a little bit, a very tiny bit about tzitzis, just to show you, but I'm not going to go in it at all. It's a parsha on its own. So Yaakov Avinu is the one, or it's because of the schus of Yaakov Avinu that we were zoiche to Krias Shema in the 3 paragraphs. And he repeats again his pshat that he said before. Maybe you have a problem or machlokes with the one who said v'haya ha'olam with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Right away they said Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. The same way there's no machlokes between you don't have any machlokes on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The same way in our heart there's no machlokes on the one who said v'haya ha'olam. Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. He is one. And right away says in the Sifri, what did he do, Yaakov? Vayishtachu Israel aroisha mita. So ask the Sifri, really? So he turned on his bed and he went to the side of the bed and he prostrated himself? Obviously not. So what he means by Vayishtachu Israel aroisha mita, he was very happy that he had no psoiles, he had no pagum coming out of him. Unbelievable. Again, one time after another, we see that no matter which explanation we're taking, that Yaakov Avinu somehow, for some reason, allowed himself to be chosh his children. That's the conclusion. And we know this is 100% wrong. There's no way to rationalize it and try to find excuses. There's no excuse. So what? And how come Chazal themselves don't jump the gun here and say, Yaakov Avinu, you are the Bechir Ha'aves because you're Shalem, you have the emes, but this is not acceptable. This should have said, to teach the children after them, that's not acceptable. But there's more terrible than this. The Midrash Tanchum. The Midrash Tanchuma is, we need to bring his opinion, because the truth is, the deeper we go in the tunnel, the bigger the light is at the end of the tunnel. And we're going to go really deep now. The Midrash Tanchuma says that Yaakov Avinu called his children in order to reveal them the end. HaKadosh Baruch Hu appeared to him. So you see already a different approach. It's not the Shekhinah that left. HaKadosh Baruch Hu appeared to him and told him, you called your children, and me you didn't call. And he brought the pasuk in Yeshaya, Veloi oisi karasa Yaakov. Yaakov, you didn't call me, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You want to talk about the Geula, you want to reveal the kids, and you don't call me, I'm a main actor. You don't involve me in that. When Yaakov saw that, he asked his children, he felt bad. You see, my children, you have to respect HaKadosh Baruch Hu all the way, because I had to invite him, and you have to invite him. Like you have to precede HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Right away they say, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. We have again another version here. Why do we say Shema Yisrael? Because another story. And at that point, Yaakov Avinu was mishtachve on the beginning on the head of the bed, and he said, the same way on Yom Kippur, when we go down on our knees and we bow down, we say, Baruch Shem Kevoid Malchuso Le'olam Voed, like Yaakov Avinu. So now we have a different approach. Now we understand. He just didn't say Baruch Shem Kevoid Malchuso Le'olam Voed. He said Baruch Shem Kevoid Le'olam Voed what he was bowing down. But the Baruch got I don't want to say angry because not the right word, but you understand the Kvoid Eloikim Haster Dava. The honor of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the soides of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you have to hide them. You can't reveal them like this. He said, this midah of Baruch Shem is not yours. Hoylech Rachil Megale Soid. Says in Mishle, Hoylech Rachil, the one who goes and repeats, you know, what he heard, he's Megale Soid. You also, Yaakov Avinu, when you say Baruch Shem Kevoid Malchusoi, you were Megale Soid. Oh, despite the fact the story is different, But if you look behind the words of the Midrash here, we understand Yaakov didn't say Baruch Shem Kevoid. Stam, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, you were Megale the Soid. For 1 second. Yaakov Avinu wanted to teach his children what's going to happen be'achris hayamim. Though he did not get there. But he was Megale, he revealed a Soid that can bring it. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuso, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu was unhappy that he revealed the Soid. So we have something here on what to start understanding the words of Yaakov Avinu. That these are the words of the Geula. Then I have two questions. Why wouldn't HaKadosh Baruch Hu be happy that he revealed them? How can we have a king without a queen? A king without a queen, is that a king? No, he's missing something. He's not complete, the king. So if you have the Tiferes, the Vav, and you don't have the Hey after that, you don't have the Malchus to unify the Vav Hey. Is that accomplishing something? No. Because they're not united. So you have Yud Hey Vav, like the Kavanas of the Lulav. So you have three united, the Chachma, the Bina, and the Tiferes, the Melech, the Kutcha Berichu. And on the Esrog, you have it totally loose, the last Hey, the Malchus. But the job is to put them together. That's what Yaakov Avinu taught us. You're taking the Malchus and you stick it, you glue it to the Melech. What's wrong with that? Why would HaKadosh Baruch Hu not be happy? But bigger than that, the question, why didn't Moshe Rabbeinu say it? Moshe Rabbeinu, you were trying by any means possible to try to put the Bnei Yisrael with the Shekhinah as one, that the Shekhinah should always oversee them, protect them. You say Shema Yisrael? No, only the upper Yichud, the lower Yichud, you didn't do it. But we need it. We need the Shekhinah to be in place to oversee us. Why didn't you do it? As usual, time is flying, and I have so much still. I'm gonna have to take a shortcut. Zara Kodesh in Pashas Bechukoisai says, now we're starting, going up, building up, and understanding, and everything will be attached. In Bechukoisai Seilechu, if you go after my chukas, mitzvahs without logic, without reason, ves mitzvosai tishmeru, and you'll keep my mitzvah. Says the Zohar, chukah is the Malchus. Malchus is the deed. There's no reason. Malchus does what he wants. And the mishpatim, the laws of the Torah, which made the mitzvahs, is the melech. Is Kutsha Berich. And the job, the purpose of the Yidden is to take these two and put them together. Because one is Torah Shebichtav, the Melech, Kutsha Berichu, and the Malchus is Torah Shebe'al Peh. Because as soon as we take Torah Shebichtav and we speak it out, we turn it into Torah Shebe'al Peh, and this is how we make a yichud between Kutsha Berichu and Shchinte. And that's the purpose of the world. But if you think that's where the Zohar is going to stop, The Zohar is going to say something that if it was not written, it's impossible to say. The Zohar Kodesh says that the one, it's going to say it more than once, the one who does the yichud together, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will consider that he was mekayim the whole entire Torah. All the kiyum Torah is given to you through that yichud. Again, we start seeing that Yaakov Avinu gave us a tremendous present, a tremendous sign. We don't understand it yet, but we will. Someone who knows how to make the yichud of Baruch Shem Kibod Malchus Eloi Lombard was mekayim the whole Torah. And that's the beginning of it. If you know the tikkunim he does to the person, it's beyond description, beyond description. Do you know that no matter all the biggest tikkun abris there is this, that yichud, it can be mesaken a person for whatever he has done. Whatever he has done. He does tshuva, he does the Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad Baruch Shem Kibod Malchus Eloi Lombard with kavana, full tikkun. Full tikkun. How, why, how, where is the tikkun in here or not? The Zohar said, brought a pasuk, Mishpat leloike Yaakov. Mishpat, to prove that Mishpat was in the Melech, it's a Torah shebichtav, it says, Elohe Yaakov. Where is Yaakov? In the Tiferes. Tiferes is the Melech. I need to show you that one. So, Mishpat le loike Yaakov. We say this also on Rosh Hashanah. This equals to 687. This equals to, those who know, Ralab, Hannah, which is, for those who don't remember, if we take the page here, all these four names are equals 232, and these three names equal 455. 455 plus 232 equals 687. All the name of the Chochmah and the Bina come out. Equals Nachamu, Nachamuam, Yoimar Elokeinu. You understand what the Yichud does? The Yichud creates the Yichud of the Kudsha Berichu and Shchinte, the Tiferes and the Malchus, create that there's another upper Yichud between the Chochmah and the Bina, and at that point, all the names are unleashed in the world. There's nothing that can withstand this. The power, so we understand the power that is at this point, no nation, no chitzonim, no klippers, no mekatregim can stand. They all have to run away. So we don't understand now, less and less, why HaKadosh Baruch Hu was really unhappy about Yaakov revealing the secret, but we need it because the world stands on it. How can the Bnei Israel live through the Goyim with 70 wolves if we don't have the Shekhinah protecting us? We needed it. Because through the Shekhinah, putting it together with the Melech, we getting back the Shefa from the Chochmah and the Bina. So we have Yud K, Vav K working for us. What's so wrong about it? Don't we have to say Amen? And the whole purpose of Amen is Yud K, Vav K, Aleph, Dalet, Nun, Yud, putting the Kutsha Berichu and the Shekhinah together. That's the purpose of this world. So why would HaKadosh Baruch Hu be unhappy that Yaakov Avinu revealed us the Sod in his words of Baruch Shem Kibod Malchus Eloi Olam Vaed? Why wouldn't Moshe Rabbeinu put that Sod of that pasuk also in this parsha? It's mind-boggling. The whole purpose of the world is this pasuk. The whole perenity, the existential condition for Am Yisrael is this pasuk. We need it. Unbelievable. Besides that, the Zohar says that there are 6 words in the first pasuk. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Why? Because it's the Melech is the 6 sephiros of Kutsha Berith. The second pasuk, Baruch Shem Kivod Malchus Eloi Olam Vaed, has 6 spheres because it's the 6 spheres of the Malchus. You see, we need them both. Now, says the Zohar, on the first one, because it's complete, the Melech is complete, he has 25 letters. On the second one, he has only 24. How many Sfarim altogether in the Torah? 24. 24 and 25, 49. How many Memtes Panim La Torah? There's 49 ways to explain the Torah. 49 faces, which are the 49 Sharei Bina. Says the Zohar HaKadosh in Pashas Va'etchannan. When we do the Yichud, all the 50 gates of the Bina open up and send Shefa to the person. But more than just Shefa, money, all these things. He gives kapara to that person. And especially if he knows how to be moser nefesh in the yichud. It's considered like he died. It's considered that all the avoidance that required death gain kapara. Ki alecha hoiragnu kol hayoim. Every day we die for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Where? In Krias Shema. To be moser nefesh, to understand how to do it in Krias Shema. Now, before we had a story, we had a question on Yaakov Avinu. Now we have more and more questions on HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Moshe Rabbeinu. It's essential to have that yichud. More than essential. We need kapara. We don't want to be punished in the next world. So why not telling us, the side of this yichud and let us use it so when we go out of this world, we go out 100% clean. Not only this, you're telling me that there's no worst oven, as it says in Shulchan Aruch, Ebenezer. The Mechaber says there's no bigger oven than the oven of the bris. On the other hand, you're giving me a tremendous soil that by saying these 2 psukim, I can have a full tikkun, full kapara. You bet that I want to have that. Knowing what's the oven in Olam HaEmes of this, nobody wants to know that. Thank you, Yaakov Avinu, for telling us this secret. What is the secret? coming to it. But it's understandable why Yaakov Avinu said it and Moshe Rabbeinu does not say it. The fact that someone, not only it's tikkun abris, someone who does the yichud, it's like he learned the whole Torah. Who doesn't want to go to the other side with the mitzvah of learning the whole Torah? If the Zohar HaKadosh B'Shem Bar Yochai says this, all right, I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to hold back. Let's go dive into it. I'm going to tell you the side of this year, but fully. Lineda. Not easy to explain like this, but I'm going to talk about it. Zohar HaKadosh in the Tikkunim brings down Rabbeis machshavos belev ish v'atzas Hashem hisakum. Rabbeis machshavos belev ish talks about when you come to Krias Shema, you have to remove from your heart, take your time, take a breather before you say Shema Yisrael. Make sure you have no other machshava in the head from this world. This is a huge gam in the yichud. Va'atzas Hashem, only what's for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, hisakum. That's what you have to make stand. And the key is that every time we're going to come to say Krias Shema, remember what I mentioned before, how many advantages and what the schus it gives to a person. Take your time. Take your time. It's not so easy to make that yichud. Zohar says, ends up on this. It says in the pasuk in Shmos, Sham Sam Loi. Sham Sam Loi. Choiku Mishpat V'Sham Nisau. Right after the Shira. He was Mara, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave him a stick to put Choik u'Mishpat. Now that we know that Choik, the Chukah, is the Malchus, Mishpat is Kudsha Berichu, and we have Torah Shebichtav, Torah Shebe'alpe, and we have to put them together. Why it was triggering me. So many Zohar talking to me about the Choik u'Mishpat, but not mentioning Baruch Shem. All this time, do this yichud, it's Choik u'Mishpat. Baruch Shem is Choik u'Mishpat. Okay, I get it. But what's in these words, Choik u'Mishpat? Choik u'Mishpat equals 543. Kehye asher kehye. The Zohar basically is merames, that the name of the Geula is merumas in this Baruch Shem Kevod Malchusoi Le'olam Vod. It's already there, the name of the Geula. In other words, Yaakov Avinu never forgot what he wanted to tell his children. Never forgot the nevuah. The Shekhinah was unhappy that he's going to reveal it, but he said it anyway. He told them. He just triggered them. He just triggered them to say he never was choshed his children. They're kedoshim. But he had to come to a way for them to make the upper yichud to show them that the lower yichud is much bigger. Now, why Moshe Rabbeinu didn't say it, we'll see that. But this Choik u'Mishpat show us, the Zohar tells us that Keye Asher Keye is hinted in Baruch Shem Kevod Malchusoi Le'olam Vod. We're going to need to find it. Says the pasuk in Pasha Shoftim, first pasuk, Shoftim v'Shoitrim, Dayanim and God and policemen, Titan lecha bechol she'arecha. Many times we have this pasuk, the 50 sharim of the Bina, we saw it, she'arecha comes. She'arecha equals 600, equals tzitzis. That's in Parshas Balo, sorry, yeah. At the end of Parshas Balo is called the Parasha of Tzitzit, yeah, which is the Parasha of Vayim Hashem Meshalemo, yes. At the end of Parasha of Shema, it's 600 against the sheker. How many convoys there's in the tzitzis? 4. 4 times kanaf equals 150. 4 times kanaf equals 600. That's why the Ariya Kodesh says a tremendous Geula, because 4 times kas equals 600 sheker. You have the tzitzis of the Kedusha, and you have the tzitzis of the Sitra Achra. When someone feels bekas, he should right away look at the kanaf, at the corner of the tzitzis. It's going to pass him. That's what the Ariya Kodesh says. And when a person is mekayim that mitzvah, the she'arim up there, and if you turn the letters of sheker, it creates a kesher, which Yaakov did to the Shechina in order to attach it, to make it be in place. If you take, you're going to have to write that one. This equals 1,358. This equals to, again, Ralab. We saw what it is, all the 4 names of HaKadosh Baruch Hu on the Kana, the 3 names in the Bina, Kasa, Kama, Kana, and Aleph, Dalet, Nun, Yud. Adnos in full. This 687 plus 671 equals 1,358. The Shechina goes up to where? To the Chachma and the Bina, the father and the mother, and she's protected there. That's Baruch Shem Kevod Mafus Elohim. That's the Yichud. All these Shemes are coming before. We said only the Shemes of Chachma and Bina. Now, even the Malchus is coming to help the Bnei Yisrael. Nothing can stand before such a power. This is the utmost level in Shemes of HaKadosh Baruch. Now, I told you that we're going to see where is the Keye Asher Keye is. So in order to understand what Yaakov wanted to do above the Tiferes is the Das. A person like the Baal Shem, the Ariya Kodesh says, the Zohar says is actually that the feet of the feet of the person will take him to the place where his mind is. The mind doesn't move, right? He needs the feet, but the mind controls the feet. And he will take him to the place where he is. So the Das is what controls. Es Hashamayim ve'esaretz, HaKadosh Baruch Hu created earth and heaven with that name. If we do it in full, is Aleph, Hey, Vav, Hey, which equals to 163, which equals to Etzba, a finger. Doesn't tell you much, right? A finger. Now let me show you something else. I'm going to take the letters the opposite way. Ab. So, I speak to you. The das creates a tremendous, when the person has a clean das and he does things with the das, automatically he has the name of the chesed and the yichud yud ke vav ke aleph dalet nun yud coming together. Because I could write this in another way. It's aleph, hey, yud, hey, yud ke vav ke, aleph, dalet, sorry, dalet nun yud. There it is. That's what the das does. The das, there's 5 chasadim. And if you take 5 times this name, 5 times 163 equals 815, which is another pasuk. Yekabetz nitchei Yisrael. Talk about the Geula, gathering all the gathered, the spreaded Jews. This equals to 815. How is HaKadosh Baruch Hu going to bring them? With the name Keye Asher Keye. That's the Geula. And we said this equals 543. So again, Yekabetz Nitche Yisrael, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will gather the Galuyos with the name Keye Asher Keye. Add me these 2 numbers, and you get 1,358. Yaakov wanted to be Megala the case, and he was Megala the case. He was Megala how we can bring Mashiach any day. The question is how. I want to close up quickly on here, but I need to show you before we can close up and give you the Kavanah. I need to bring the because as much as we can do this Yehudim, there's something that blocks them. I'm gonna have to open my vote here and copy your apostle because I didn't copy it there. See? Let's get the shield. Paste. Ki pale mimcha dava. Pale from Pele. If you're amazed and you don't understand something, you have a question, you have it in Torah, you don't know what to do. La mishpat, in din, ben dam le dam, between bloods, ben din le din, between 2 dinim. Do they resemble? Can I pass in the same way? Ben nega la nega, 2 different negaim for tzaras or anything like this. Divrei rivois bisharecha. There are fights. Divrei of rivers. Talking, arguments. In your, again, sharecha, your gates. Vekamta ve'alisa la'makom asher yivcha Hashem Elokecha bo. Then you have to go to the Beis Hamikdash, to the Sanhedrin, and address, the question. Reb Shimshon Mostropoli, Zchus Yagan Aleinu, brings down in a Midrash Tehillim that Malachim, after the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash, Malachim came to HaKadosh Baruch Hu with 3 times. Ben dam ledam. They said, it says in the Torah, if you shecht an animal, you have to cover the blood. They asked him, why is the blood of an animal has to be covered, but the blood of the Yidden that were killed during the Chorban, it was not covered? Then they asked the second question, Ben din ledin. It says in the Torah, you're not allowed to shecht an animal and his mother the same day. Why by Bnei Yisrael at the time of the Churban it happened? Why HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't respect his own din that he has even written for animals, kol sheken for humans? Benega la nega. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wrote all of the Chazal. You have instituted that only when the Kohen sees the house and declare it Tameh that it becomes Tameh. So what did they have to do? They had to remove, before the Kohen comes, they had to remove all the stuff from the house so it don't become Tameh. So it's not becoming Tameh retroactively, it becomes Tameh when the Kohen says so. In that case, why HaKadosh Baruch Hu was not careful about the value of the Beis Hamikdash, the money of the Bnei Yisrael of the Beis Hamikdash? Says the Midrash, the reason Divrei Riva is Bishalesh, because there's no Shalom in Israel. That's what Ibn Shimshon brings down. And there HaKadosh says, when there's Divrei Riva is Bisharecha, the pasuk says, "Vekamta ve'alisa el hamakom," you have to go to the Sanhedrin. Why? Because Yerushalayim ich shechubra la yachdav. Anyone that goes to Yerushalayim forgets about the animosity, and they all become friends. Yerushalayim had this koyach to make what does a person lose? If we take the word revoice, sorry, I should have stayed on it. If we take the word here, revoice, you can see that it's the same letters as bris. Well, 612, you all know that. With Anochi Hashem Elokecha. When a person fights, he loses all the mitzvahs, he goes into a machlokes, but more than this. We said till now that the main purpose of Bnei Yisrael is to do the Yichud, Yud Ke Vav Ke, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and Aleph, Dalet, Nun, Yud. If we were to, because the light of that Yichud happens when you multiply each letter with another. Yud times, so we have Yud time Aleph. We have Hey time Dalet. We have Vav times Nun. And we have Hey times Yud. This equals, very interesting like last week. We're coming to this 380 again. 380, which the Ariya HaKadosh says 380 is the Gematria of Shalom plus the 4 letters. Shalom equals 376 plus the 4 letters equals 380. A person who goes into Machlokes, all the 380 tzinoros of Shefa closed, and he goes into Mitzrayim, which is Meitzer, is blocked. There's no more Shefa. He goes into that jail, and this happens all the time. And that's why Yaakov gave us the Yichud in order to free us from, even someone fell into this, he can free us, he can free, and I'm gonna just finish on the, because we are out of time. Why do we have to say Baruch Shem Kevod Malchusoi le'olam voed belachash? The Gemara said, belachash equals twice lachash, equals 676. Yud Ke Vav Ke times Yud Ke Vav. The Gemara says basically we have to say Baruch Shem Kevod Malchusoi le'olam voed because it's 2 times lachash. The names of HaKadosh Baruch Hu are coming. What is lachash? It's 338. Gematria, Yaakov and Yosef. That's the yichud of the Geula. Now you understand why Moshe Rabbeinu could not give that yichud, because it doesn't belong to him. It belongs to Yosef. Prior to the Geula, Moshe Rabbeinu won't appear. It's going to be Yaakov that's going to come out to protect his son, the Mashiach ben Yosef. And that's why Yaakov v'haya bes Yaakov eish ubes Yosef lehava. The house of Yaakov will be fire, and Yosef, the house of Yosef will be a flame, and the house of Esau will be like straw, and it will burn. And why twice lachash? Because you're burning Samael and Rahab, the sarim of Esau and Ishmael, with the yichud of Baruch Shem Kevod Malchusoi le'olam voed, which is Ralav Tana Aleph Dalet Nun Yud in full, which is 6 words, 24 letters, to connect it to Shema Yisrael, which is 6 words, 25 letters. Together is 49 letters, 49 Sharebina. And at that time, the Shefa comes. At that time, any Geula the person needs, obviously, he has the 380 because he's making a yichud. Now we answered why HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Yaakov. We answered why Moshe Rabbeinu could not say that yichud. And we answered that despite what Chazal seemed to say, that he never revealed the case of the Geula, in truth, Yaakov Avinu revealed it. It's the yichud of Baruch Shem Kevod Malchusoi le'olam voed. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen. Have a great Shabbos, and I will forward everything as usual, Menachem.